Welcome everyone here at the Vanden High School, Game 2 of a doubleheader between the Solano Mudcats and the Lincoln Potters. We apologize for the abrupt start. That's a swing and a miss right there. We apologize for the abrupt start, but we're here in the top of the first. 0-0 the score. And first and second for the Lincoln Potters to start off this ball game. Dylan McShane on the mound for the Mudcats, trying to calm things down. A little bit of a rocky start. The 2-1. Bouncer right through the 5-hole of Trey Topping and over to third base. Both runners advance. Over to third base, it's Garrett Crenshaw. And over to second, it's Nolan McCarthy. So they're in business here. 3-1 the count here now. Nolan McCarthy is actually up to the plate, excuse me. So it's McCarthy on board, and second and third. The pitch in there for a strike down the middle by Dylan McShane, the soon-to-be freshman at the University of Oregon. He's got one out, struck out JT Walden, the first batter in this doubleheader. He looks in for the sign. The lengthy righty comes set. Fires full count, and that one's chopped foul, third base side. Still 3-2 with one out here in the top of the first. Mudcats took the first ball game. If you missed that, you missed a stellar performance by the starting pitcher Caleb Davis, who went the full 7. A complete game shutout for him, and the Mudcats won 4-0. The pitch, and it hits him in the leg, but I believe they called a balk. Is that correct? Yes, they called a balk before McShane fired, and so in to score in the process is Tremaine. So it's 1-0. Lincoln Potters on the balk by Dylan McShane. Not the start he was hoping for here against the Potters. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He strikes out McCarthy. 2 down now in the inning after the balk.
Left set, number 16. Second baseman, Chase Weisenborn.
2 down, and that'll bring up Chase Weisenborn up to the plate. Weisenborn did not play in Game 1 of this doubleheader. Here's the first pitch. Slider in there for a strike, a swing and a miss. Weisenborn, the second baseman for these Potters out of New Mexico, a native of New Mexico from Albuquerque, going to be a junior there this season. Here's the pitch. Bouncer in the dirt. Scooped up by Topping. Topping did not start in the first game of this doubleheader. It was Cole Santander who got the nod, but Topping, reliable option behind the dish. He's there. Not a ton of fielding changes in this lineup for the Mudcats. The pitch swung on, popped up in foul ground. Topping loses it, but it's out of play for a foul ball. One and 2 the count here to Chase Weisenborn. Mudcats trying to inch closer in the CCL standings. If they win this second game, they leapfrog Lincoln, and that's a swing and a miss. A beautiful slider right there from Dylan McShane to end the inning. He allows 1 run to score on the balk. A unique way to get the run scoring here in this ball game. So the Potters lead it 1-0. Stay tuned for the bottom of the first. We'll get you the starting lineup for the Solano Mudcats here on the Mudcats streaming network. Beautiful. Bottom of the first here at Vanden High School. Jonah Krell on hand with the Lincoln Potters leading 1-0 to start off this ball game. Let's give you the starting lineup quickly for the Mudcats. Leading off, it's Michael Benavides, left fielder from Chico State. Batting second, Kenny DeSalle, the center fielder out of Delta. In the 3 spot, Cole Santander playing DH today. He was catcher in the first game. Batting cleanup, it's Jared Wood at shortstop. In the 5 spot, Chase Hildy at second base. Batting 6, Trey Topping at catcher. As the first pitch, swing and a miss by Benavides. In the 7th spot, Noah Garcia, he's at first. At third, Jaden Jones, he's batting 8th. And then rounding it out, batting 9th, Jackson Bates out in right field. And on the mound for the Potters, it's Brennan Roselle. He fires one in there for a strike. Roselle, a senior out of Long Beach State, native of Lincoln, California. Not a ton of Lincoln natives on the Potters roster. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Benavides lays off that ball high. Now the 1-2. That one swung on and it'll be caught by the second baseman for the Lincoln Potters.
Number 28.
That's Chase Weisenborn making the catch to retire Benavides. One down here for Roselle. And now up to the plate, it's Kenny DeSalle. DeSalle in the first game went 0 for 2 with a hit by a pitch and a run scored as that one sails inside for a ball. Scored from second on a wild pitch by the reliever Nate Kujawski. Let out a scream in excitement when he came home to score. That made it 4-0. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses high and away by Roselle. One 1-0 the count here. Here's the pitch. Loops in there for a strike on a breaking ball. DeSalle coming into this game with a .281 average. Now the 1-1. Bouncer in the dirt for a ball. Oh no. It hit our camera? Oh boy. It hit our camera. As you can see, it's upside down and on the ground. We'll get that up for you in just a second. I don't know how that happened, but thank you.
Next up, the designated hitter number 10, Santander.
I don't. Someone's taking a video of me. We apologize for this. Technical difficulties on our end, folks, as foul ball knocked down our camera, but Ben Crombie beside me, he's holding it up for now. We'll get it back up behind home plate. Here's the pitch. Now DeSalle takes off for second base, sliding in there, and he got him. Close call. Fans all around me yelling at the call.
Oh my God!
Completely disagree. It looks like DeSalle was in there safely, but no. They call him out. DeSalle trying to get his 19th stolen base there. A really close call, and by view of the fans, they thought DeSalle was clearly safe. Now 2 outs in the inning. Here's the pitch to Santander. Breaking ball in the dirt by Roselle. So all sorts of things happening right now. Our camera falling due to a foul ball. DeSalle getting tagged out, trying to steal a base. He's only been caught stealing 3 times this season. The 1-1 misses high and away for a ball. He actually leads the league in stolen bases. He's added to that total with 18. 1 in game 1. Not often you tag out Kenny DeSalle. The pitch, swing and a miss on a fastball by Roselle. We appreciate Ben Crombie over to my right side, the president and GM of the Mudcats, holding up the camera for now. We're going to get that back up in between innings. But we're still going strong here at Vanden High School for all you guys. The 2-2 inside for a ball. Now, Crombie, you got to be ready for any base hit. You got to move that camera out into the outfield. You got to be a good videographer over there. I know you're a good GM, but let's see what you can do with a camera in your hands. 3-2 the count with 2 outs. Here's the pitch from Roselle. That's fouled back into the fencing. I don't even know what foul ball resulted in the camera coming down. I don't know how long it was down for. I was keeping my eyes on the game. But we haven't had that happen at all this season. Just our luck here in Game 2. Still full count. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball. Got him looking. Santander doesn't like it. The curveball ends this inning. And it's still 1-0 Potters as Crombie is on the move. He's getting that back up. He'll stand back up on the ladder. We will be back up in just a moment. Stay tuned here on the Mudcats Streaming Network for more adventures. Welcome back for the top of the second. 1-0 Lincoln leads after an adventurous first inning. Pitch in the dirt by Dylan McShane right there. As you can see, we have our camera back up. I'm sure that got laughs from all you listeners back home. Now, I was actually notified that it was actually a bouncer by Kenny DeSell. It bounced all the way up. I've never seen a bouncer go that high. It's the pitch low for a ball. I think that was off the wild pitch or something along those lines. But still, bouncer goes high up and knocks down our camera. It doesn't matter. We're still going. The 2-0 here to Trevor DeShankel misses outside. Game 2 of a doubleheader. You know we're going to have some chaotic happenings here. Here's the pitch to Schenkel. That one's just outside by McShane. And a walk to start off this inning. Not a great start here in this ball game for Dylan McShane. A balk led to a run coming home to score in the top of the first. And now a leadoff walk to start things in this top of the second with Tashenko on board. And up to the plate, it's Drew Stahl. As a throw over to first, not in time. Drew Stahl playing shortstop today. He didn't play in the first game of this doubleheader. The senior out of Minnesota. McShane the pitch. Now the runner goes. The throw by Topping is not there, as Hildy was not even on the bag to make a play at it. he was not ready as Tashenko was taking off. So stolen base right there from Tashenko. Topping's throw was on the line. It's just Hildy was not there in time. The 0-1 pitch in the dirt as Stahl lays off. He showed bunt. 1-1 the count here. Nobody out. The 1-1. That's shown bunt by Stahl, but just chopped away foul to make it 1-2. We apologize for some of the static noise you're hearing on our live stream, as that wasn't really happening for us in the first game. We're going to try to get that figured out. The 1-2 pitch from McShane loops in there just high and inside for a ball. 2-2 the count here with nobody out, and Tashenko at second base after the walk and stolen base. McShane going to be attending Oregon this upcoming fall. The 2-2 drops in low near the feet of Stahl for a ball three, and McShane earlier in the season struggled a lot with command, getting comfortable, possible nerves here and there, as this is his first time really facing D1 talent. The payoff pitch, that one's chopped high in the air but foul third base side. Third base umpire called foul. The Potters dugout disagrees. They thought it was fair, but Stahl resets. Still nobody out. Trey Topping behind the dish calls for McShane to throw his best pitch. He's got 2 Ks so far in this ball game. The payoff. Got him! Looking. Stahl cannot believe it. He tossed his bat high in the air and over to the Potters dugout. Already starting to run over to first, but he gets punched out. A great frame by Topping. That ball was knee high for the first out of the inning. So Stahl retired, and that brings up Shields, the catcher today. The pitch in there for a strike. Another good frame right there from Topping. Troy Shields, the senior catcher out of Oklahoma Baptist, a native of El Dorado, California. Before Oklahoma Baptist, attended Folsom Lake College. A lot of Folsom Lake guys on this Potters squad. The 0-1. That one's inside, and it hit him. Couldn't see from my vantage point where it hit him. Trey Topping, he's a little stunned in disbelief. But a hit by pitch right there allows Troy Shields to get on base. One out in this inning, still. First and second. And up to the plate, it's Brendan Roselle. Now, I was confused back in the first. The first pitch low for a ball. Now, I called Roselle the pitcher. That's actually wrong. Roselle is playing third base today. The starting pitcher is, as I get it up for a moment, Torin O'Haron. But Roselle, he's at third base. Little mix-up. Like I said, Game 2, chaotic happenings. But we're rolling on. The 1-0. Breaking ball in there for a strike. Another one knee-high. Roselle just stares at it. Tashenko's still at second with a walk and stolen base, and Shields at first with a hit by pitch. Now in the 9th spot, it's Roselle, the 1-1. That one's popped up high in the air in left field. Benavides under it and makes the catch. Took a while for that ball to come down. 2 down now in the inning.
That brings up the first baseman, number 34, J.T. Walden.
Two outs. Brings up J.T. Walden up to the plate. Walden, the leadoff man, struck out swinging to start off this ball game. McShane fires the first pitch. That one slides outside. As I was saying earlier, McShane struggled earlier in this season just getting used to D1 talent, but talking to him before this ball game, he said he's starting to get a little bit more comfortable, find his rhythm. The pitch is bounced. Topping blocks it. And we've seen in spurts McShane have really good stuff. Just needs to put it all together in one collective start. He comes set. Facing the big slugger, J.T. Walden. 2-0. That one slapped into right field and down for a base hit. Tashenko, he gets waved home, and Bates lost it in right field. He bobbled. Tashenko scores as Shields gets held up at third. It's 2-0 Lincoln now. After giving up the first and second, McShane got 2 quick outs to get back into things, but then J.T. Walden delivers a nice piece of contact right there into right field, and Jackson Bates had trouble fielding that ball. Couldn't even make a throw on Trevor Tashenko coming home. So it's now 2-0 in this ball game. McShane has to settle down here. Now up to the plate, it's Cole Tremaine. Tremaine, the junior righty out of Baylor, will be transferring over there this year as McShane steps off the rubber. Again, we apologize for the static we're hearing on our broadcast. We're going to try to get that fixed to you as soon as possible. Hopefully you can hear us okay. The 1-0 in the dirt. And Walden advances to second on the wild pitch. Struggles continue here for Dylan McShane. Can he close it out? Here against Tremaine, the 1-0. Breaking ball sails inside. That one possibly a cutter. And just didn't locate on it. 2-0. Second and third now. After Walden advanced with that wild pitch, Topping just lost it in the dirt. The 2-0. Check swing, and he went around. I want a fastball low. And Tremaine just couldn't hold up. Two balls, one strike, 2 outs. Second and third. McShane, can he get out of the jam and limit it to 1 run? He fires. Check swing once more. That time, they look over, and he's safe. Did not go around. Almost the same check swing as before. But the home plate umpire says no, he did not go around. So it's 3-1 now the count. McShane fires. That pitch inside, called strike. A lot of good movement on McShane's pitches. His favorite pitch to throw is the slider. Has a lot of good success with that. Full count now. The payoff. Low in the dirt, ball 4. Fastball bounced at home plate. And it's bases loaded now. After such a stellar pitching performance in Game 1 by Caleb Davis, Dylan McShane is having trouble picking up where the Mudcats left off. He'll now face Garrett Crenshaw with bases loaded. The first pitch, low, blocked by Topping. Could have been a disaster right there. But Topping blocks it, keeps it in front. 1-0 the count here. McShane comes set. From the stretch, he fires. Swing and a miss, but it gets away from Topping. And they'll score once more. A passed ball by Trey Topping allows Troy Shields to come home and score. That pitch had some movement on it, and Topping just could not field it in his glove cleanly. You don't see too many pass balls by Trey Topping. Usually so sound behind home plate. But another run comes home to score. It's now 3-0 Lincoln here in this top of the second. Here's the 1-1. That one's grounded over to Hildy at second base. He fields it, rockets it over to Garcia in time to end the inning. But the Lincoln Potters continue to strike offensively. They now lead it 3-0, heading to the bottom of the second on the Mudcats streaming network. Bottom of the second here at Vanden High School. Mudcats with work to be done. Jared Wood at the plate. A swing and a miss on the first pitch from Torrin O'Haron. We finally got his name right. We apologize to Torrin if his family is listening on. The 0-1. That one swung on right side, but That'll get out of play for a foul ball. O'Haron, going to be a freshman this upcoming year at Stanford, native of Rockland, California. That's pretty cool. Bright lights, Bay Area. In Stanford, they got a cool stadium as well, as that one slapped foul. The Sunken Diamond, as they call it. Historic ballpark over there in Palo Alto. A couple of guys, incoming freshmen, that are going to be pitching in the Pac-12. O'Haron and McShane, as a swing and a miss by Wood for the first out of the inning. So far, O'Haron is winning the Pac-12 battle, outdueling McShane. Mudcats still hitless in this game, and here comes Chase Hildy. The first pitch, that one swung on first base side, but foul. Hildy, the redshirt freshman out of St. Mary's, playing second base. Having a good season for the Mudcats here. The pitch misses high for a ball. Batting .256 with 10 hits, has 4 RBIs. In the first game, almost sent one out of here to left center, but it bounced off the wall. The 1-1, fastball, same spot, misses high and outside. Two on the count now. Here's the pitch. Misses outside. 3-1. With one out. Mudcats trying to finally do something offensively, facing Torin O'Haron. The pitch. That one's a grounder right side. Fielded and scooped by Weisenborn. And over to first for out number 2. Sort of a role reversal here in game 2. Mudcats can't do anything against O'Haron so far, just not making great contact on the ball. And on the other side, the Potters are switching things around. They're getting going against Dylan McShane. Here's Trey Topping now. Here's the first pitch. Loops in there on a breaking ball called strike. Topping, this is his first at-bat of the ball game, the 0-1. Looks at a ball in the dirt on another breaking ball. Did not play in game 1. That was Cole Santander playing catcher. Topping looking to bounce back after he gave up a run scored in the top half. That pitch down the middle for a strike. Topping thought about it, a check swing. A pass ball allowed a run home to score. So he's looking to recover and sort of clean things up. This time at the plate. Can he make up for it? A swing and a miss. Torin O'Haron just blowing it right past the Mudcats and dominating so far through 2. Solano still hitless. And it's 3-0 Lincoln heading to the top of the 3rd on the Mudcats streaming network. Welcome back here on the Mudcats streaming network. Jonah Krell on hand. With Dylan McShane back on the mound to start things off in the top of the third. Can he finally settle down? He's given up 3 runs so far in this ball game. 2 last time in the second. That one a swing and a miss by Nolan McCarthy. McCarthy struck out swinging back in the first, his first time up. McShane fires. That one just low for a ball. Makes it 1-1. Out there on the mound, it might be hard to see from the camera, but Dylan McShane, lengthy, skinny fellow that he is, 6'9", just an enormous wingspan as he sails one in past McCarthy. 6'9", like I was saying, 210 pounds. Maybe needs to put some meat on those bones heading to Oregon. But he'll have that chance. The 1-2, lined left side, but foul. Native of Stockton, California, went to St. Mary's High School. Back at St. Mary's, went 4.59 ERA in his senior year in 29 innings pitched. Good enough to get him a scholarship and play at Oregon next season. McShane, the 1-2. Fastball misses high and outside. Evens it up at 2 apiece. The pitch loops in inside for a ball. Each of the first 2 innings, McShane has allowed the leadoff man to reach. See if he can settle down here. The 3-2, jammed off the bat, poked to Hildy, who scoops it up, bobbles, spins, no throw. E4 on Chase Hildy. Easy roller right there. Just couldn't scoop it up cleanly. Allows McCarthy to reach base. So again, the leadoff man reaches. Such a key to get off to a good start in innings. As the pitch, swing and a miss by Chase Weisenborn. The 0-1 on the way. Bouncer all the way to the backstop. Another wild pitch. And Nolan McCarthy advances to second on the play. McShane, like we've seen throughout this season, sort of all over the place to start off this ball game. Has to settle down for the Mudcats to have a chance. The 2-0. Swing and a miss on a slider. That slider can save him and get guys to chase. Just needs to throw a consistent fastball and cut down on the wild pitches. The 2-1. Curveball misses outside. Another situation where he's behind in the count, McShane that is. Needs to make this interesting here. The pitch. Breaking ball misses inside. Now it's 3-2. Scoreboard is wrong up there in Bandon High School. Full count with 1 out. McShane comes set. Fires. Swing and a miss. And that's how you bounce back right there for the youngster. One out here in the inning. That brings up Trevor Tashenko.
Next up, number 4 to right fielder, Trevor Tashenko.
Tashenko in this ball game is 0 for 1, but scored a run. Walked his first time up. McShane comes set from the stretch. Deals. Swing and a miss. And in the process, McCarthy advances to third. McShane and Topping were caught napping there. Just a heads-up play on the base pass by Nolan McCarthy on the throwback from Topping. Saw an opportunity. Here's the pitch now. I went in there for a strike on a breaking ball. So another chance here for the Potters to tack on even more runs with one out. And McCarthy heads up base running. He's over at third base now. Here's the pitch. A swing and a miss. As Tashenko down on his knees. Another slider right there. That's his strength. Makes it 2 down in the inning. Brings up Drew Stahl now up to the plate. The first pitch is bounced but blocked by Trey Topping to save McShane there. Another run could have came home to score. But that's the Trey Topping we all know. Able to block balls and be very sound defensively. Had a pass ball earlier. 1-0 the count after the 55-footer. The pitch. Another one bounced in front of home plate. But Topping does his job. Eats it up. 2-0 with 2 outs. The pitch. Breaking ball in there for a strike. Cutting inside. For McShane, with a score 3-0, Lincoln just needs to take it one pitch at a time and settle down. The pitch. That one swung on, but that'll get out of play for a foul ball. Each inning, it's been draining on for McShane. Couple lengthy frames. Potters threatening once again. With McCarthy at third. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Dylan McShane, the slider, working to success. Allows McCarthy to get over to third base. Shows some issues with command, but recovers well and gets out of the jam unscathed. The score still stands at 3-0, heading to the bottom of the third on the Mudcats streaming network. Bottom of the third. And in high school, when I got a special guest with me, color commentator Jacob Anderson, the lefty from the University of Mary. Thank you for joining me. As Noah Garcia up to the plate, a swing and a miss. Now, Jacob, last time we had you on, a lot of good luck happened, but we need more of that here today. Can you deliver the promise?
Absolutely, I sure hope so. The first game went pretty well for our hitters, and we've seen this pitcher for a few innings now at this point, and so I think it's a good opportunity for us to put some runs across, so hopefully that's what happens here.
Yeah, Torrin O'Haron has been dealing so far in this game. Let's see if Noah Garcia can do anything about it. Check swing, and he went around there. What are you seeing so far from our hitters? What do they need to do better here?
Torrin, did you say that's his name?
Yeah, Torrin.
Yeah, Torrin's throwing pretty hard. He's up to 90 today. And so I think just getting on time with the fastball, he's been really fastball heavy so far. He's got a little off speed that he throws, but I mean, it's probably been like 70% fastball. So if I'm a hitter, I'm going up there just sitting on a 90-mile-an-hour fastball in the zone somewhere. He's throwing a lot of strikes, so hopefully, you get the right one.
He sat on that fastball, but that sliced foul. Garcia's listening to you here. 1-2 the count. Garcia, the leadoff man. 0 for 0 so far in this ball game. 1-2. Fouled back into the backstop. Now, I know we haven't seen you pitch in a while. You're still the team leader in ERA somehow. I believe 1.50. You can look at the stats here. Yeah, 1.50. But you want to sort of share with the viewers why you haven't been in the lineup as of late?
Yeah, I've been dealing with some elbow inflammation in my throwing arm.
That one's skied in left field, shallow, and that'll be caught by Tremaine.
Yeah, so I've been dealing with some elbow inflammation. It came from a game I was pitching in against about a month ago, and it's kind of gone away. I've had a few outings since then. After pitching against Healdsburg, it was one of those things where I didn't want to injure it any more than it was, and so I talked to my college coach at UMary, and he kind of told me it's probably wise to shut it down at this point.
Now Jaden Jones up to the plate in their first strike from O'Haron, and that's the smart move. We want you to be okay for the upcoming season, but it's a shame. You've been pitching well, and elbow inflammation. You got to be careful, obviously, with that. Here's the 0-1 pitch, breaking ball, pops out of the glove.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think it's always like thinking about what's your role on a particular team, and so for me the role has changed a little bit. At first it was like my role was to be the best pitcher that I can to help my team get a chance to win, and now that role has changed a little bit.
1-1 pitch, that one's jammed off the bat, foul over to the dugout, but just a foul ball. Everyone's okay. Sorry, continue.
So my role has just changed a little bit to being the best teammate that I can. Cheering guys on, helping out with things in the dugout, or getting the radar gun readings or whatever I can. Because at the end of the day, it's about us trying to get a playoff spot, trying to win the CCL. So
absolutely.
If I can't contribute in one way, then you got to pick it up in other ways that you can. So it sucks not being able to be on the field and be a part of our wins and stuff, but I'm excited to see where this team goes in the next couple weeks, and hopefully we can take this playoff spot today.
Yeah.
So.
And by the way, for our listeners, Mudcats can leapfrog the Potters as that one's fouled back, a big bang as it hits on the fencing by Jones. If they can come back in this game, they're down 3-0 here in the bottom of the third, but if they can make a run here and make this interesting and win this game and sweep the doubleheader, they will leapfrog the Potters in the standings, and they'll be in second place. But a long way to go here in this ballgame. 7 innings this will be, so the Mudcat bats have to get going here. Still hitless. The pitch. Fastball misses high. That one allowed pop into the glove. That one sounded good.
Yeah, and that's got to be probably 10 out of the last 11 pitches have been fastballs, So again, it's a 3-2 count, and he could come with the off speed, but I'd just be sitting fastball and then react if you need to the slower pitch.
Full count, and he got him on the outer edge. Jones disagrees with the call and just walks back to the dugout. What do you see right there?
I think it was a change up on the outside corner. He hasn't thrown that much at all today. It's a really tricky pitch, especially on 3-2. I can't remember who said it. Maybe Yogi Berra, some famous baseball player, but said the hardest pitch in baseball to hit's a 3-2 change up, just because it takes a lot of confidence from the pitcher to throw that.
Now Jackson Bates. First pitch pops out of the glove of Troy Shields. And that's actually the 4th K by Torino Heron so far in this ball game. Really been impressive. The Mudcats still struggling. Only one runner has reached on a walk. The pitch to Bates is low for a ball. We wanted you on for good luck. And we scheduled this before this game started, so we didn't know this situation was going to be this way. I thought it would be more free form and everything. We could relax and enjoy a winning ball game, but that's not the case here. The 2-0 pitch. That's swung on, high in the air, foul ground. Everyone's losing it. Where is it? And it's caught by the third baseman. Brennan Roselle makes the catch to end that frame. Mudcats still down 3-0 after 3. We'll add to the top of the 4th. Thank you for joining me, Jacob. I know it was brief. You want to stay on for maybe one more half?
Sure.
All right. And we'll stay tuned here on the Mudcats streaming network. Still 3-0. Potters leading. Welcome back on the Mudcats radio network, streaming network. Here, but back for the top of the 4th. The pitch, grounded up the middle and past Chase Hill with the diving glove. Base hit for Troy Shields to start off. Another leadoff man reaching, and the new pitcher for the Mudcats, it's Colin Medeiros. Dylan McShane's day is done. Medeiros has been the go-to guy out of the pen. What a good start here at the top of the 4th for the Potters. They continue to just slap the ball, and as we have Jacob Anderson back on for another frame, they just continue to make good contact.
Absolutely, and well, Medeiros has been very consistent for us out of the pen this year. A lot of close games. He's been
Gets away. A wild pitch by Medeiros on a slurve.
he's been sorry.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say he's been kind of the guy that we go to a lot of times in close games. It's 3-0 right now, and obviously college baseball, anything can happen. One good inning, and we'll be back on top. So it's good to have Medeiros in the game. He's one of those guys you feel pretty confident with having on the bump.
Definitely. Let's see if he can calm down now. Facing Brennan Roselle. The 1-0. That one's hard hit ball in left center field, down in the gap. And Shields will get waved home. The throw in is cut off, and he scores. 4-0, Lincoln leading now.
Yeah, Lincoln's coming very aggressive, especially this inning, but throughout the whole game they've been swinging a ton. So hopefully we can continue missing some barrels here, keep it at 4-0.
It's an RBI single for Brendan Roselle. Keeps the line moving. JT Weldon now up to the plate. Weldon having a good game. He's 1 for 2. The throw over not in time by Medeiros. Now, his nickname is the Manimal. Can you explain that for the listeners?
So I actually do not know the background of the Manimal, but I do know that it's something that he used to be called on some old team when he was in Little League or something. That was his nickname. There's a called strike there on.
There you go, fill in the gaps. Hey, we don't have to call all of them because it's TV, it's not radio.
Oh, okay.
But that was his nickname in Santa Rosa?
Yeah, well, it was from when he was younger, and one of the guys on our team played with him on that team. It was either high school or middle school or Little League or something way back, and so one of the guys on our team played with him back then, and so he remembered that Colin's nickname was the Manimal, and so he kind of brought that up. We were all laughing about it, and then it's kind of just stuck since then.
One pitch is slapped foul into the fencing, and I think I get why they call him the Manimal. The curly hair coming out of the hat, sort of the wild personality, always dancing, having fun. Doesn't really care about what others think. He just does himself, and I like it. It's stuck. And
absolutely. I think the passion that Colin has is really contagious for the whole team. He was
that one slapped right field, and it is foul. Continue.
He was the first guy that I met actually when I moved here. We did a Good Day Sacramento piece. The news came out and wanted to do a piece about the Mudcats, and so Colin and I were the only ones that were in town at that point, and so he was the first Mudcat that I met, so that was pretty cool getting to know him. But his passion for the game, his passion to win, he's definitely just one of those guys you want on your side, Yeah. Facing him is not always very fun for the hitter, so.
0-2 count here to Walden. The pitch, and it hits him on the leg. That slider just missed 2 inside right there. And the inning continues. Still nobody out. Medeiros struggling here. And up to the plate for me. I mentioned this earlier, Jacob, but it's sort of just a role reversal in this ballgame. Pitching, offense, it's completely switched.
Yeah, I think they brought more energy this game for sure. And so I think for us to really get back into this game and come back and win, we're gonna have to really bring our energy up, level up a little bit. And I think it starts on the mound.
Swing and a miss right there from Tremaine.
The guy that they've got on the bump has been pitching pretty well, and so it's been hard for us to get anything going so far. But I think a couple hits here and there, and we'll be able to get our energy back up and really get something going here. So
very positive. I like it. We need that. We need that positivity for sure. First and second, the pitch to Tremaine. That one's hard hit ball. Shortstop, fielded by Wood. The throw on the knees, and Tremaine beats it out. What a throw and diving stop by Wood. Scold. That was Bob McAdams making the call at first base that Tremaine was safe, and now Ryan Adams wants to have words with him. A really close call. What do you think on that play?
Oh no, it was close to me. Definitely on Jared's end. I mean, that was an incredible play, laying out and being able to get up and throw that over there. Personally, I thought he was out, but it's not. Obviously, these are good umpires for the most part, and they had a better view than I did. So
that's very kind. Good umpires. I haven't heard that from a player giving a compliment, but oh man, ruins a great play by Wood, and Tremaine is safe at first, so it's bases loaded now. Up to the plate is Garrett Crenshaw. He's 1 for 2 today in game 2. First pitch. That one's grounded right side, fielded by Hildy. Toss over to Wood for 1, back to first, and Garcia's off the bag. Just could not get his footing right, and a run comes home to score.
Yeah, Hildy started that one well, making the flip, and I think the toss by Wood was good. It was just a little bit of funky footing there, and I think he dropped the ball at the end of the play too. That might have gone into the call of the safe call.
Did drop it for a moment there. Right, funky footing. We usually see clean defense by Garcia at first, and now Nolan McCarthy up to the plate. It's now 5-0 after the run came in to score. Potter's continuing to do damage offensively, and the pitching is just not there so far. Let's see if Medeiros can calm down with 1 out. He finally gets the 1 out on the board after that play. The pitch, right down the middle for a strike. Double play could have really helped things out and just boost the spirits. It's sort of been a silent dugout over there.
Yeah, I think they just need something to get them going. You know, the game is very very based on where the energy's at and where the positive plays are happening. So I think
slapped. Jones fields it over to Hildy for 1. Now to first, and that time's a double play.
Absolutely, that's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of play you need to get you fired up. Jaden Jones, as always, on third base.
Yes, Jones consistent over there. He's having a great day, and that ends the top of the 4th. They go 5-4-3 on the double play around the horn. 1 run comes home to score on the fielder's choice by Garrett Crenshaw to make it 5-0. Jacob, we want to thank you for joining me. I mean, that was a lot of fun. I hope it, I wish it was more fun with runs scored, but it was still a pleasure to have you here.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me on, Jonah. Go Mudcats.
Go Mudcats. All right. Bottom of the 4th coming up your way on the Mudcats streaming network. Mudcats have work to do. Welcome back here on the Mudcats streaming network. Jonah Crow on hand. We want to thank Jacob Anderson, the lefty out of the University of Mary, for joining us for a couple frames. And now back up to the top of the order to start things off in the 4th. It's Michael Benavides. The pitch loops in for a strike from Torrin O'Haron. O'Haron almost a perfect game so far. The only man to reach base was Kenny DeSell on a walk, and he was caught stealing. Here's the 0-1. Fastball swung on, a fly ball in left field, and under it to make the play is Cole Tremaine. Can of corn for him for out number 1. It's really been clean looking on my scorebook so far in this ball game, and obviously that's not what I would like. That's just the case because O'Haron has been shutting down the Mudcats. He's got 4 Ks and only the 1 walk. That's the only blemish. Here's Kenny DeSell, who had that walk. The pitch misses low for a ball. If you need a guy to step up and make a play, DeSell is the right guy up to the plate to do that. The pitch misses high and in. A fastball. Letter high. 2-0. O'Haron, pretty impressive considering he's just going to be a freshman next year at Stanford. That one's a slapper. Left side, grounded, and fielded over to first, but it pops out of the glove of Walden. The shortstop, Drew Stahl, not the cleanest throw, and Kenny DeSell on with an E6. And so that's how you finally get on base. DeSell, the only man to reach in this ball game, does it in unique fashion right there. And it brings up Cole Santander now to the plate. Mudcats down 5-0. They need to get going here and finally have a man on, the first since the first inning. First offering, fastball misses low and away. Santander 0 for 1 with a strikeout looking back in the first. The CCL All-Star needs to wake up and deliver something with that hot bat of his. The pitch catches the outer edge. Mudcats need to do what they did in that first game of this doubleheader and yesterday against the West Coast Kings. Just make good contact on the bat and keep the line moving. That one jammed off the bat, flared in shallow right, and the second baseman, Weisenborn, comes all the way out in right to make the catch. Another easy pop-up for the Potters to make. 2 down now in the inning.
Next up for the Mudcats, it's the shortstop, number 12, Jared Wood.
Jared Wood now steps in, the Australian. They do something here. Still DeSell is at first base. Watch how he might take off for second. The first pitch, that swung on, pop up in the infield, and Weisenborn is there once more. Just too easy for the Lincoln Potters here. Torrin O'Haron allows DeSell to reach the first time a man has reached since the first inning, but the Mudcats can't do anything about it. Struggling to get going offensively, and they're running out of time here in Game 2 against the Potters. The score still stands 5-0, Lincoln leading, heading to the top of the 5th on the Mudcats streaming network. Well, Jacob Anderson hit it right on the nail. The Lincoln Potters are coming out with more energy here in Game 2. It's 5-0 here in this top of the 5th. The first pitch hit on by Weisenborn. That's flied in the infield and it's caught by the second baseman Hildy. So 1 down. Easy first out for Colin Medeiros in his second inning of work.
Next up, right fielder number 4.
Potters bringing the energy from the jump. Pitching and offense. More aggressive. Getting good contact on the bat, and that's how they're up 5-0 here. Up to the plate now, it's Trevor Tashenko. Tashenko's 1 for 2 with a walk and a K. The pitch. That one's sent high in the air in right field. Bates giving chase, and he makes the catch. Make it 0 for 2, not 1 for 2.
Next up, the shortstop, number 10, Drew Stahl.
So quickly, 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. Colin Medeiros working at a good pace here. Drew Stahl now up to the plate. An interesting windup by Medeiros there. That's in their first strike. Working from not the stretch, the windup. Changing it up here, a little rock step. He fires. Swing and a miss. Quickly ahead in the count, 0-2. Let's see if they can finally go 1-2-3. We've been waiting to see that all of game 2. The pitch, another one. Gets him chasing. Strike 3. And that was the quickest inning we've seen in a long time for the Mudcats. They get it done. The Manimal. Quick work. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th. The Mudcats running out of time, needing to get going offensively.
For the Mudcats, number
Bottom of the 5th.
second baseman,
With the Mudcats still trailing 5-0. Can they get something going here? Chase Hildy will lead off.
Hey, 7 for 34. Thank you.
Torrin O'Haron still on the bump for the Potters. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses low and in. He's only allowed 2 runners to reach base. A walk by DeSalle in the first, and then DeSalle reached last inning on an error by the shortstop. The pitch. Fastball catches the low inside corner. 1-1. So those are the only 2 times a Mudcat has reached base. They need to bring the offense now. The 1-1. Fastball just low. A nice attempt by Shields to frame it, but doesn't get the call. O'Haron, the 2-1. Swing and a miss. Hildy swings right through that. The 2-2. Another one. Sits down Hildy. Swinging. To start things off in this 5th. That's the 5th K by Torin O'Haron.
That's the catcher number 13, Trey Topping.
Almost perfect here in this 2nd game. I said earlier it was a role reversal, but even Caleb Davis, the stash, back in game 1 wasn't this dominant. Now Trey Topping up to the plate. Breaking ball low for a ball.
Come on, baby, get us going.
Topping struck out swinging his first time up. The pitch. That one swung on, fouled back. A good cut by Topping. On the season, 19 hits, a 267 average with 7 RBIs. Made the CCL Showcase game this past Wednesday. The 1-1. That one's chopped foul. Just a piece of it.
Find a way, baby. 94.
One and 2 the count. O'Haron fires. Swing and a miss. Nothing is getting past him. That's the 2nd K of this inning.
Next up for the Mudcats, number 22, the first baseman, Noah Garcia.
Jacob Anderson told me earlier in this ball game that fastball getting up to 90 miles per hour, and the Mudcats just can't touch him. Noah Garcia now up to the plate. Need to get a 2-out rally going. Any sign of life. The pitch. Breaking ball loops in for a strike. Can Garcia give them a spark plug? He's been hitting the bat well as of late. The 0-1. Leg kick. Check swing. And he went around. 0-2. O'Haron trying to strike out the side here. The pitch. That one gets away for a ball. He's just been so efficient. Just 66 pitches here in this bottom of the 5th. The pitch. Check swing. That time he held up. That time for sure we know. Last time it was a little questionable, but even Shields tried to tag Garcia. He thought he went around. Garcia and Shields having some words at home plate. But it's 2-2. Garcia knows he didn't wave around. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss. O'Haron fired up. Strikes out the side. Again, the Mudcats can't touch him. He has been lights out so far in this ballgame. Only 2 runners have reached on his watch. Near perfect performance for him. We'll head to the top of the 6th. Still the Potters leading 5-0. Top of the 6 as Troy Shields fouls off the first offering from Colin Medeiros. It's 5-0 here at Vanden. Mudcats just have not been able to get anything going offensively. The pitching has held up in the last couple as a swing and a miss. Medeiros flashing that slider. Finally, the Mudcats had a 1-2-3 frame last inning. But other than that, the Potters have been dominant. That one's fouled back to the backstop. And just a little score update for you around the CCL. Walnut Creek, the Crawdads, are leading Healdsburg 7-6 right now in the bottom of the 8th. They're ahead in the standings. They can stay ahead of the Mudcats if they win. So this race is all of a sudden becoming really tight for second place between Lincoln, Solano, and Walnut Creek. That's why sweeping this doubleheader was so important, but at least they could get the split. The Mudcats, that is, as that one's fouled off right side. They would still make up a game in the standings with the win in game 1 of this doubleheader, but not the leap they wanted. Medeiros now steps off the rubber, the redshirt freshman from Santa Rosa College. Slings it. That one's just fouled off the bat as Shields went poking the barrel out there. The 2-1 now. That one's sent high in the air in center field. DeSell is right there and easily makes the catch. One out here in this top of the 6. And here comes Brennan Roselle. Roselle last time up singled and scored a run. Had that RBI single that scored Troy Shields. Made it 4-0, and then he was eventually sent home on a fielder's choice to make the score 5-0. The first pitch. Fastball misses high. Now the pitch. Just off the edge. Outside. Roselle, going to be a senior at Long Beach State. That's where Cole Santander, the DH for the Mudcats, he'll be transferring over there, so they'll be teammates soon, as that one just catches the bottom of the zone for a strike. Only played in 16 games last season for Long Beach State. 1 hit, 2 runs. But here in the summer, that's where you get your playing time. The 1-1, sent high in the air. Once again, center field, DeSell tracking the ball in left center now, and he's under it for out number 2. Claps all around me. That's a little bit of a sad clap, I know. It's 5-0, but still, fans showing their love and support. 2 down now, the top of the order. And actually a pinch hitter for JT Walden. Here's the pitch. In there inside for a ball. It's Zach Chamizo. Chamizo started in game 1, but now he pinch hits for Walden. Medeiros fires. Ball inside and low. Two-0 the count. Medeiros just trying to make it 1-2-3, give the Mudcats a chance. They're going to need to make a rally and do something off of Torrin O'Haron. I've run out of adjectives to describe his performance here today. The 2-0. Another breaking ball. Chamizo lays off. Medeiros, rock step, he fires. Gets one in there for a strike, finally. Makes it 3-1. Loves to throw that slurve with that sidearm throwing action. From the windup, that one sliced foul left side. We've seen him go back and forth here between setting up in the stretch and the windup. Wind up a little slower of a routine. Does so once more coming from the windup. Full count. The payoff pitch. He got him. Low inside corner. Strikes out Chamizo looking. Just what the Mudcats need. Medeiros, relied upon, arm out of the pen, does his work. But the Mudcats need to show some sign of life offensively if they want a chance here in Game 2. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th and see if the Mudcats can do just that on the Mudcats streaming network.
How about for the Mudcats? The third baseman, number 18, Jaden Jones.
Welcome back here on the Mudcats streaming network. We got some foul balls that have adjusted our camera slightly, moved it downwards, but you can still see the action. The Mudcats need to get going here against Torrin O'Haron. It's Jones, first pitch low for a ball. So we're in the 8-9-1 spot due up in the order. It's Jones, Bates, and Benavides due up to start. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball misses low and inside. Torrin O'Haron, like I said in the previous inning, running out of words to describe what he's doing here. The recently graduated high school senior, soon to be at Stanford this upcoming fall, has been dealing. That one's a slight chopper, fielded, and the throw in time. Drew Stahl, replaced actually by Zach Chamizo, who made the play. Chamizo over to number 10. That's actually Drew Stahl. So Drew Stahl replaces Walden over at first base. I'm just thinking out loud for you. Getting my fielding right. And now Jackson Bates steps up to the plate. The first pitch, low for a ball and a breaking ball. Mudcats, after the putout by Jones, down to their last 5 outs. The pitch in their first strike, low and inside. Potters simply have brought the energy, and the Mudcats bats have not been able to do anything against O'Haron here. The pitch skied but out of play for a foul ball. It's been a complete role reversal from the first game, but even that, the Potters were still competitive and got on base a little bit on Caleb Davis. The 1-2, fastball low in the dirt. against O'Haron here. He's been so strong, delivering a low pitch count as well. He's up to 75 pitches. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Bates can't hold up his bat. Two down now in the inning. And here comes Michael Benavides at the top of the order.
And that's for the Mudcats in outfielder, number 40, Michael Benavides.
Benavides, he's picked up his bat in the last few games. Just needs to get on base and start something here with the top of the order, Kenny DeSell in the on-deck circle. Here's the first pitch. Sky to right field, close to the wall, to the line, excuse me, and Tashenko makes the grab to end the inning. First pitch swinging, Michael Benavides. And the frustrations continue for the Mudcats. Potters still lead it 5-0.
Take me out to the ball game.
Heading to the top of the 7th on the Mudcats streaming network.
The Potters, the left fielder, number 30, Cole Tremaine.
Welcome back here on the Mudcats streaming network. My name is Jonah Krell. Top of the 7th with the Lincoln Potters still leading 5-0 in this second game of a doubleheader. Now up to the plate, it's Cole Tremaine. The first pitch misses outside. And a new pitcher on for the Mudcats. It's Chance LaChapelle, the junior out of San Jose State. He's only pitched in one game prior to this, and that was over a month ago. The pitch, swing and a miss by Tremaine. That appearance was in the 13-3 loss to the West Coast Kings on June 17th, in which he went 2 innings pitched, 4 earned runs, 6 runs came across in total. The 1-1, breaking ball low in the dirt for a ball. And so this is the first time we're seeing LaChapelle in a while. He hasn't been with the team for a bunch. Saw him for the first time in a long time before the game here today. The 2-1, check swing. Did he lay off? We're not sure, but that was a strike regardless. To make it 2-2. In that appearance, back on June 17th, struggled mightily with command. 7 walks in 2 innings. The 2-2 just misses high and outside. So let's see if he can calm the nerves after That was his first appearance over a month ago. The pitch. Fastball misses outside, ball 4.
Next up, center fielder number 21, Garrett Crenshaw.
So Tremaine on with a walk to start off this 7th. Mudcats down 5-0. Just need to get this top half over as quick as possible and get back up to the plate with no damage. Here's now the pitch to Garrett Crenshaw. This is high and outside. La Chapelle, in his time at San Jose State, actually played football. Was a wide receiver and a backup quarterback for a little bit. Now he's switching it up and playing baseball. The 1-0 slicing, foul and out of play. 4 seasons with San Jose playing football. Played in 9 games in his first 3. And now that he's switching over to baseball, he's going to have 3 seasons left of eligibility. Still looking for a new school. Leg kick, he fires. That one's fouled off. Still nobody out. Tremaine on at first base with a walk. Last time, La Chapelle, the struggles were with command, and that one airmailed on the pickoff attempt. Tremaine, he's not stopping, going to third, and he'll stay there. The throw to Garcia way over his glove. And just what you have to avoid if you're the Mudcats are errors and mistakes. Already down 5-0, and La Chapelle, the E1, now has Tremaine at third base. The pitch. Inside for a ball. So the converted baseball player, La Chapelle, needing to settle down here. The fastball is just off the bat, foul, and it actually bangs off of Crenshaw's foot. Has to limp it off, using the bat as a cane. La Chapelle, as a former football player, he can really fire in that fastball. Deflected off of the bat, and you got to know that's going to leave a big bruise when La Chapelle can throw in that heat. Little scoring update from around the CCL. It's 7-7 with the Crawdads and the Prune Packers. Prune Packers scored 4 in the 8th and 1 in the 9th to tie it up. The pitch, and it hits him. Crenshaw just getting more and more dinged up. Give the guy a break. Still nobody out. And it's first and third. Trey Topping, the catcher, giving some words of encouragement, trying to settle down La Chapelle. He's one of the leaders on this Mudcats team. La Chapelle just has to settle down. Sort of a similar situation to what we saw over a month ago against those West Coast Kings. Now the first pitch low in the dirt. A ball to Nolan McCarthy. Inning continues to drain on. The 1-0. Bouncer in the dirt, blocked by Topping, but that gives enough time for Crenshaw to get over to second base. Apparently the leg is fine now all of a sudden. He was limping using the bat as a cane 2 seconds ago. But baseball players are superheroes, I guess. Second and third. The 2-0, fired, and swing and a miss. Finally, LaChapelle gets a strike in there to make it 2-1. Still nobody out here in this top of the 7th. The pitch. Passed ball, and it gets away enough time for Tremaine to come home to score. The second pass ball by Trey Topping here in this ball game. I said it earlier, just uncharacteristic of the CCL All-Star. Usually relied upon defensively. That's where he gets his symbolization from. That's what we know him as, but he's struggling here today behind the dish. It's a 2-2 count. Still nobody out. On the pass ball, Crenshaw is over at third base. The pitch, low in the dirt, ball 4. And the walks and the struggles continue here for LaChapelle.
Second baseman number 16, Chase Weisenborn.
You want to give him some opportunities to grow as a pitcher and give him that playing time where he can find a groove, but he's just not finding that rhythm and that confidence. Now up to the plate is Chase Weisenborn. The pitch, fastball swung on, but that'll get out of play. Like I said, 7-7 between the Crawdads and the Prune Packers. That's in the bottom of the 9th, so the Crawdads can have a chance to walk it off in that game as the pitch is in there for a strike. And 2 outs, second and third for the Crawdads. Should I attempt to call 2 games at one time? I don't know. But it's second and third for them. The Mudcats would love it if the Prune Packers could win that ball game, as the Crawdads are ahead of them in the standings. That time, a swing and a miss. Finally, 1 out in the inning as LaChapelle sits down Weisenborn.
Next up, the right fielder number 4, Trevor Tashenko.
1 down with runners at the corners. Trevor Tashenko now up to the plate with the score 6-0, Lincoln leading. That one, hard hit, but that'll be foul right side. Still 1 out. LaChapelle got the strikeout. Hard hit, but has to bounce back and continue it here against Tashenko. The pitch misses high and away. So 6-0. Inning continues to drain on. Best case scenario, LaChapelle keeps it at 1 run scored here in this top half. The 1-1, and the runner takes off. Stolen base right there by McCarthy. No throw by Topping. LaChapelle comes set. The pitch in there for a strike. It's a positive start right there to even it up 2-2. It's still second and third with 2 outs for the Crawdads facing the Prune Packers. Again, Mudcats need the Crawdads to lose to make up some ground in the standings. Prune Packers, the best team in the CCL North, trying to come back and win that game. They were down 7-2 at one point. As the pitch gets away and pops out of the glove of Topping, but Crenshaw stays at third base. Almost another pass ball. 3-2 the count now. 1 out and second and third. LaChapelle once again set. Rockets it in, and that one's slicing foul, left side out of play. Tashenko in this ball game, he's 0 for 2. Reached in the second off of a walk. Earlier this season, when I was calling up games in McBean Stadium, confusing as even the own broadcaster didn't know if it was Tashenko, but it is Tashenko as he lines one foul right side. Still full count with 1 out. Second and third, LaChapelle trying to limit the damage to 1 run. Still looking for a new school as well. He fires. That one swung on. Foul ground. Topping trying to locate it. Can't find it. Puts up his hands, and that ball falls in foul ground. Sort of reminiscent of the recent blunders by the Red Sox. I don't know if anyone has seen that. Gone trending on social media where, as of late, the Red Sox fielders can't find balls, and they're holding up their hands wildly, and the ball goes far away from them, losing it in the sun. But really not the sun, the night sky actually. Topping sort of did that right there. The payoff pitch, swing and a miss. LaChapelle comes back with 2 Ks now. That's big time for the big righty. 2 down now in the inning. And it brings up Drew Stahl up to the plate. Stahl is 0 for 3. 3 strikeouts for him. The first pitch misses. Topping gets up out of his stance to check on the runners. It's been a long, lagging top of the 7th. LaChapelle trying to finally end it here. The pitch, bouncer, but Topping keeps it in front. 2-0 the count. Stahl, the senior out of Minnesota, native of Castle Rock, Colorado, trying to bring some more runners home. LaChapelle, another ball. High on a fastball right there. It's 3-0 with 2 outs. With the score 6-0, you think Drew Stahl has the green light? We'll see. The pitch misses. Doesn't have the green light, but it doesn't matter. Ball low and away. Bases loaded once more. That now brings up Troy Shields. He'll be the 7th batter in this inning.
Next up, catcher number 30.
Somehow, only 1 run has come home to score with the draining frame. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss on a ball in the dirt. A good way to start things off. Shields is 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored. Also reached on a hit by pitch. And just for a scoring update for you, in the top of the 10th, the Prune Packers brought home a run. They now lead it 8-7. That is big for the Mudcats to make up ground. The pitch in there for a strike. The Crawdads are on a big-time skid. They're 2-8 in their last 10 games. Just a terrible drought in the latter half of this season. Good for the Mudcats, though. The pitch. Breaking ball in there for strike 3. And so after all that mess, the 8 batters faced, Chance LaChapelle only allows 1 run home to score. A pass ball by Trey Topping, so not really his fault right there, but still, 1 run comes home to make it 6-0. They avoid disaster with the bases loaded on the base pass. We'll head to the bottom of the 7th, see if the Mudcats have a miracle in them. The final countdown blaring on the speaker systems here at Vanden High School as we've reached the last frame, the last chance for the Mudcats, down 6-0, and a little bit of a surprise decision as the Mudcats still hitless. A no-hitter is still in play, yet the starting pitcher, Torrin O'Haron, is not on the mound. Ryan Stevens, the manager, doesn't let him finish it off, and so they go for the combined no-hitter with Ryan Sturgeon, the senior righty out of LSU Shreveport. I believe that's how you pronounce it. Native of Portland, Texas. Facing Kenny DeSalle. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball in there for a strike. Slider curveball action. A lot of movement right there from Sturgeon. Sort of got a sidearm throwing action to him. Dangles that right arm. Looks in for the sign. Mudcats, if they lose today in Game 2, they'll split the doubleheader, but they don't want to be no-hit. That's for sure. The pitch. Grounded to third base. Scooped up by Roselle. The throw over to first. Over the head of Stahl. DeSalle will get over to second base. And get this. DeSalle responsible for each time he's been up to the plate, he's gotten on base. The only batter for the Mudcats to reach base today. The third time, and on an error, an E5. So still, somehow the no-hitter is still in place. And here's Cole Santander. Can he break that after the E5? Sturgeon fires. Fastball in there for a strike. Roselle air-mailed that ball over to Stahl. I guess they want to keep the no-hitter and just have errors all around. That way they can still keep it going. Sturgeon fires. That one just outside on a fastball. He dangles the arm once more. Santander 0 for 2 today. Can he do something here with DeSalle at first? He lines that one into center field. Going back is Crenshaw and makes the catch. Santander will tag up from second and gets in at third base. Almost over the head of Garrett Crenshaw out in center field. We know Santander can bring that power, but just not deep enough. So 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. Still, the Potters have the no-hitter in place. And up to the plate, it's Jared Wood. Wood 0 for 2. The first pitch. Slung on, and that's a fair ball down the left field line. DeSalle comes home to score, and Wood in at second, a stand-up double. There will be a no-hitter here today. Finally, they get the big hit. Jared Wood, literally on a line, just got past that third base bag. A fair ball that got all the way to the wall to score Kenny DeSalle. So there will be a not a no-hitter here today. It's out of play, and it's now 6-1, the score. And now Chase Hildy, the first pitch in there for a strike from Sturgeon. Finally a hard hit ball, and finally some energy for the Mudcats. Here's the pitch. That one just outside. Jared Wood, he's had a rough day so far as he went 0 for 3 in Game 1. But there's the quality contact we've seen from him all season. The pitch, low on a breaking ball. All of a sudden, some encouragement from the dugout. They just needed that one hit to get some life in them. It's a 2-1 count here to Hildy. Sturgeon fires. Breaking ball misses low and away. A good eye here from Hildy, putting together a good at-bat. Sturgeon comes set. The 3-1. Into left field, lifted, and down for a base hit. Keeps it going. Wood stays at second base, but it keeps the line moving for Noah Garcia. This is the quality contact we've been waiting to see here in Game 2. And it's not Noah Garcia, check that. It's Austin Mendocini up to the plate, with a mound visit taking place between Troy Shields and Ryan Sturgeon. Mendocini is pinch hitting for Trey Topping, who's having a rough day, 2 Ks. Let's see if Mendocini can do something here. Transferring over to Ohlone College next season. Played at Solano this past year. Can he do something here? First and second with 1 out. Sturgeon slings it. That one lined but foul, third base side. Similar to the contact made by Jared Wood. Wood was just inches to the right side of the third base bag for a fair ball. That time, Mendocini a little bit farther off to the left side and foul. The 0-1, just outside, on the edge. Sturgeon trying to find that zone, struggling a little bit here. Makes it 1-1. The pitch, inside, called strike. Mendocini sort of turned his back as that one looked like it was going to curve in and hit him. But it catches the inside edge to make it 1-2. Now some noise from both dugouts, cheering on their guys as the atmosphere has picked up a little bit here in the bottom of the 7th. The 1-2, and just off the plate. Mendocini looks like he wanted to lift that bat and swing through, but he held up. 2-2 the count with 1 out. First and second. Still, the margin is wide, but any hit can do it. That one's a ground ball into left field for a base hit. Wood gets held up as Cole Tremaine comes in. I was in shallow left. He was there, and it would have been a tough play, a close play at home, but Ryan Adams holds him up. They, again, keep the line moving. Mendocini comes through in the pitch hit. Hasn't been the greatest offensively this season. That's just his 5th hit of the summer, but he does the job. Bases loaded for Noah Garcia. Sturgeon. First offering. Ground ball. Middle. Fielded. 1 to first. He's safe. Weisenborn tossed over to Chamizo at second base, covering the bag to retire Mendocini, but the throw not in time back at first. So Garcia gets on, and another run comes home to score to make it 6-2. That one could have been a disastrous, game-ending double play, but instead they played another run home, and it's Jaden Jones now up. Sturgeon comes set with 2 outs. The first offering, ground ball, third base side, fielded. The throw to second is there. That ends the ball game. Mudcats put together a little mini rally, some signs of life, but they cannot get the big hit. And they'll take the L and split the doubleheader here today. So the Mudcats will fall down a little bit in the standings. They were a half game back of the Lincoln Potters for second place, but they'll now fall back a game And an update on the Healdsburg Prune Packers and Crawdads game. They're up now 9-7, heading to the bottom of the 10th. So the Packers, if they can hold on, the Crawdads will fall in the standings, and the Mudcats will be in third, just a game back, I believe a game back of the Potters after today's loss. But still, they split the series. They'll take it. Needed to get at least one to creep up in the standings on Lincoln, and still some time left in the season to make up some ground, as the Mudcats play the Potters 2 more times, both at Lincoln. So they need to come through on the road if they want to get into that second place spot and make the playoffs. Really fun day of baseball here at Vanden High School. We want to thank you for joining us. Mudcats took the first game 4-0. An incredible start from Caleb Davis. And then in the second, the Mudcats almost got no hit. The Potters took a no-hitter into the last frame. They showed some life, but just too little too late on the rally attempt. The final score in the second game of the doubleheader, 6-2. Potters just came out with more energy, more aggression out of the gates. And so that ends this marathon day of baseball. I want to thank you for joining us here on the Mudcats Streaming Network for all the action. My name is Jonah Krell, signing off. Mudcats will be taking a little bit of a break after this doubleheader, and they'll come back here at Vanden High School on Tuesday to face the Crawdads, another pivotal CCL game back here at 5 p.m. So stay tuned and come back here on Mudcats Streaming Network for that action. But that's all from me for today. Once again, thank you for joining us from Vanden High School. I'm Jonah Krell, signing off. Have a great rest of your day, everybody.